do another example, boys. So we have, in this question, it says, cans in supermarkets are often stacked neatly in triangles. Probably this would have been more in a smaller place, a corner store or something. They sometimes will do this sort of thing. So consider the relationship between the number of cans on the bottom row, which we're calling X, and the total number of cans, which we're calling Y. So if you look at my diagram, if you're having trouble drawing this, just draw little squares, that'll be fine. Okay, so this one here has got one can in the bottom row, and it's got one can altogether. This one has two cans in the bottom row, and it has 3 cans altogether. This one has 3 cans in the bottom row, but altogether 6 cans. Okay, so when we fill in the table over here, they've called length of triangle X. So that's the number of cans in the bottom row. So that would be 1, 2, 3. Okay? Down here is the number of cans we have all together when they're stacked. Okay, so in this first one, for 1 in the bottom row, we just have 1 can. For the second one, where we have 2 in the bottom row, we have 3 cans altogether. And where we have 3 in the bottom row, we have 6 cans altogether. So if we continue this pattern, it's up to you how you do this part, because it's probably not as easy as some of the others. All right, but sometimes people like to see a pattern along this way. So let's see what happens if we do have a look along here. To get from 1 to 3, we're adding 2. If we get from 3 to 6, we're adding 3. So if we continue, we're probably going to add 4, add 5, add 6, add 7. So let's see what happens. You can use your calculator so you don't make mistakes. So we're up to 6 at the moment. Add 4 and you get 10. Okay, because you can imagine what's actually happening here is like these 3 are now up here and we've added 1 more row at the bottom. Now we've got all of those with another row of 4 at the bottom. So that's how this is working. So up to 10, add 5, you get 15. Add 6, you get 21. And add 7, you get 28. Now you can't use that. You can't go along the bottom row to find a rule. We're not finding a rule at the moment. We're just filling in the numbers. Okay, now it says to graph this table on a number plane. So to do the graph, we're going to come over here and on the bottom, remember this stuff here goes on the bottom, and the next one here goes up the side. So we've got X going along the bottom, and we've got Y going up the side. So along the bottom, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's always start with 0 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make sure you've evenly spaced those out. It's easy in the grid book to do it. Then we've got to have numbers on our Y all the way up to 28. So I have to decide how I'm going to get up to 28 over here. So I don't want to mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way up to 28. That's too many things to do. I don't even really want to do 2, 4, 6. That'd be a while as well. So I might go up in 4s. So let's have a look at what it looks like. If we go up in 4s, we'll have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, and 28 at the top. Now I know some of these numbers over here are not there, but that's okay. We can just kind of estimate where the point goes. All right, so let's look at the first one. Our first point here is 1, 1. So we're going to go along 1 and up 1. Well, that's 4. That would be 2. 1 will be here. So we're right there. Next one is 2, 3. So we'll go along 2 and up 3, which will be in there. Next one, 3, 6. Along 3, up 6. along 3, 6 will be in the middle of 4 and 8. So we'll be there. Next one, 4, 10. Along 4, up 10, which will be halfway between 8 and the 12. Next one, 5, 15, along 5 and up 15. Well, that's 14 halfway, 15 will be here. So 5, I'm trying to do this as good as I can, 15. Okay, next one is 6, 21, so we go along 6 and up to 21. Well, that'll be 22. 21 will be here. So along 6 and up 21. Okay, and the next one, the last one is 7, 28. So we're going along 7, up 28, along 7 and up to the top 28. And there it is. Okay, now the next question. Well, firstly, we have to join those dots. So I'm going to use my red pen to join them. Now, if you look at it, it doesn't look like it's in a straight line. So I'm going to do my best just to try and join them myself. And go through with an arrow there. I'll just go over these points a bit so you can see where they are. Okay, now the next question we're doing, is this graph linear? Okay, now linear means line. You can see the word line in there. So is this graph a line? No, it's not. It's not a line. Because remember, lines have to be straight. It's definitely not straight. We couldn't join those with our ruler if we tried. Okay, now part D, we're actually going to find the formula now. All right, so we're going to go back to our table for a moment. And remember, when we're doing our formula, the bottom letter goes first. Okay, so our bottom letter is Y. So we're going to start our formula with Y equals. Now, we're going top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom, top to bottom, to try and work out what's happened here. Can we find a formula? All right, well, 7 to get to 28 times by 4. 6 times 4, that doesn't work, so we're not doing that. Maybe we're timesing by 3 and adding 7. Because times by 3 will give us 21, plus 7 is 28. Let's see. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 7 is 25. No, that's not working. All right, let's see if we can times by 5. 7 times 5 is 35, take away 7. Let's try that. 6 times 5 is 30. Take away 7 is 23. No, that's not working either. Okay, next one. Let's try and do something a bit before this. Let's see what happens if we times by 2. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 14. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 14. That's not working. Not having much luck here, are we? All right, next one. We're going to do, we've done 2, 3, 4 didn't work, 5, that's times by 6. 7 times 6 is 42. We would take away 14. 6 times 6 is 36. Take away 14. None of these are working, so I don't think we're going to have any luck doing it like that. So this question is actually going to be something that involves powers and things like that. So I want you to have a little think about it, but I really think this one's too hard for year 8. You can try and give it to your Newman friends and see if they can come up with the answer. And in the next video, for the next lesson, I'll tell you what the answer is. Give it a go and then try your homework.